Okay guys, so Call of Duty just added an aftermarket part for the KV inhibitor, and it actually lets the gun have a 2-shot. So instead of the regular 1-shot, as you can see, we are going to be able to shoot the gun twice, and if we just keep tapping the trigger, you can see that the fire rate isn't crazy, but as you can see, we do get 2 shots per round. So for today's video, what I'm going to do is actually take this KV inhibitor, just test it out a little bit in tier 1 and tier 2, and then obviously jump straight into the tier 3 zone, and just see if it's actually going to be a viable aftermarket part or not. Because as we know with some snipers in this game, they can actually be really good at taking down bosses. So this is exactly what I want to try with this gun and see if the extra shot per round is actually going to make a big difference or not. But as you'd expect in tier 1 for a sniper, as long as you're hitting like chest or headshots, you are going to be getting those 1-shots. I mean, even a body shot at close range is going to be a 2-shot. So tier 1, of course, it's just as good as I was expecting it to be. It's going to be a 1-shot headshot, which is exactly what I expected it to be. Just want to say a quick thank you to everyone that is brand new to the channel as well and that has been supporting the recent videos that I have been posting. I really do appreciate all of you guys. We're closing on 26k subs now as well, which is absolutely insane. So thank you to everyone that has been subscribing to the channel. And also I thank you to you guys that have been here from the start and just been watching all the videos that I've been posting throughout Modern Warfare 3 anyway. But as you can see, we've got legendary tools and all the good stuff that we do need. I did also bring in mags of holding just in case we need it. I'm not too sure if we are going to need it or not, but I thought why not bring it in just in case it is something we decide we are going to want to put on the gun at some point. But we are now in the tier 2 zone, and let's see what sort of damage we can do without upgrading the gun in tier 2 and just see if it's actually going to be viable to any degree or not. So there is a tier 2 zombie. Okay, so it looks like it might take 4 shots for a headshot on a tier 2 zombie, which, I mean, even maybe 5 shots to the headshot, which isn't great. But of course, we have done no upgrades to the gun, so I'm not gonna judge it too quickly because of course we can still tier 3 pack punch it a legendary F2 when we get into that tier 3 zone and just see what it's going to be like in there. But as you can see, against those tier 3 zombies, it's not insanely strong. I mean, it's not horrendously weak, but I mean, for a tier 2 zone, you do kind of want a bit of a stronger gun than what we've got right now. Well, I'm just going to make my way into the tier 3 zone because, of course, that is where we want to test this gun. We're going to fully max it out, which is exactly what we're going to do right now. Legendary tool, tier 3 pack-a-punch. We have now got it fully maxed out with 40 rounds in the magazine. And one thing I do want to test when it's pack-a-punched, is there any extra bonuses? So it looks like the fire rate's still going to be the same, and it's still just going to be a 2-shot. There's no extra rounds every time we shoot. And as you can see, the fire rate hasn't actually improved at all. But as you'd expect, it is now 1-shotted in the tier 2 zone at tier 3 pack-a-punch and legendary tool. And the one thing with this rounds that you can try and do is get the 1-shot and then flick onto another zombie like so. You can go like that, and then you can also just maybe try and hit 2 zombies with the 1-shot if you're going to take them out with 1-shot anyway. But my big concern is it is already a 2-shot against the armored zombies in just the tier 2 zone. So I'm really interested to see what it's going to be like in the tier 3. I'm hoping it's going to be good. If it's not good, then it's a bit of an L add to the game. But we're going to test it out as we always do. And of course, like I said, one thing I definitely want to test it on is some high-value targets and some boss zombies. And just see if it's going to be stronger against the bosses than what it is against the normal zombies. But here we go, guys. Jumping into the tier 3 zone. There's a couple of tier 2 zombies in front of us. So we'll take care of these. And that was a tier 3 zombie. We did just 2 shots. So that's not terrible. We've got another tier 3 zombie. And it's an armored zombie. So it looks like it's going to take 2 shots to break the armor and then 2 shots to take the zombie out, which isn't horrendous. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Of course, we've got insta-kill right now, so it's going to make our life a little bit easier while we are in the tier 3 zone and just, you know, insta-killing them. And we're definitely not going to need mags of holding in this. It's definitely not going to be something we need to use because we've got 40 rounds in the magazine and there's no extra abilities. I bought it in case maybe, you know, you did get some extra fire rate or something like that and you shot more bullets per round. So I need to be a little bit careful. Let me try and pull back a little bit on these zombies and then just spray the rounds into them and just see what sort of damage we're going to be able to do. So, okay, we've already gone down. That's not a strong start. There's just a lot of zombies around. The gun hasn't got the insane fire rate to be able to take them out super quickly. So, I mean, at the moment, I'm not seeing why the gun or the aftermarket part is going to be super useful. I wasn't expecting it to be crazy good against the zombies because a lot of snipers aren't. They're too slow. You know, you don't have that insane fire rate that you need to take out a bunch of zombies quickly. But as I've mentioned, something I definitely want to try on is something like a Mangler, Disciple, Mimic, something along those lines and see how it will get on against a boss zombie. Because we just might find that's where this gun ends up being really good. And as we can see, there is a Mega Abomination down there, so maybe we try our luck against a Meg and just see what sort of damage this thing can do to a Mega Abomination. So we've got a Mangler down in front of us. Yeah, it's not done insane damage to the Mangler, to be honest. It really hasn't done insane damage. I was kind of hoping it was going to just drop the Mangler. Mega Abomination is going to open its eyes. We're going to go down again here. I'm not going to lie. I need to be very careful. So, I mean, it hasn't done a horrendous job at dropping the Mangler. It's just not as fast as I was hoping it was going to be. You know, that if it took like the Mangler fast, then maybe this gun could become useful and it might be something you might want to go and use to take out bosses. But at the moment, unfortunately, the aftermarket part isn't looking insane in the slightest. Like, don't get me wrong, you can hold off the zombies with it if you know what direction they're coming from. It's just not, you know, it's just not the most effective gun to hold off a horde of zombies with, that is for sure. But the Mega Abomination, you know, we've not really done much damage. Let's see if it can open its eyes again, see if we can get a head popped or not. Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to even be good against something like a Mega Abomination. What about the Disciple that's rolling up? Yeah, I mean, even there, we are managing to drop it. Like, the bosses are going down. It's just not anything crazy like you'd hope it was going to be for a sniper aftermarket part. Because that's the thing with these sniper aftermarket parts. They just need to be good. They need to be strong, especially against something like a boss zombie. Because otherwise, you're not really going to be bothering to use them, because you could just pick up an AR or an SMG with a fully auto weapon, and it's just going to take those bosses out and the zombies out way faster than what these sniper rifles are going to do. I was really hoping that maybe this was actually going to be pretty good and strong against the bosses, but it's really not seeming that way. Like, it doesn't feel like a very effective gun in any sort of aspect, if I'm totally honest. I suppose the one positive of having a sniper rifle is you can do the damage from a long range. Like, you can just obviously take out bosses from a further away if you can see them. Let's say your team are maybe fighting a Mega Abomination high value target or something along those lines in a Dark Aether. You could just sit back and pick off your shots and just go for those headshots while your team are up close. But if I'm honest, other than that, I don't really see the point in using this aftermarket part on this sniper as of right now. Like, it doesn't seem to be strong in any department. And of course, like I said, we have got this gun fully maxed out. We've got tier 3 Pack-a-Punch, legendary Tool, so it's as strong as you can make the gun. It's one of the best damage class setups without losing too much ADS speed, so it should be pretty strong. And if the gun was going to be strong and usable, then this class would be it. So we do now have a Mega Abomination high value target, and I just thought I'd try it. We'll just see how we get on. I'm not expecting it to be good. I'm not expecting it to be crazy, and I'm not expecting it to drop this Mega Abomination. If anything, I'm expecting to go down. I don't even know if I have another self-revive, which I don't. So this could end really badly, but I just thought, why not give it a go? Just see if we can do any sort of damage to a Mega Abomination high value target. See if there's any sort of way that we could possibly take this thing out without struggling too much. We've hit a couple of critical shots there. Nothing happened too much. The health hasn't dropped crazy amounts. We haven't popped one of its heads yet. I'm going to try and just firm some of the damage. I think we did actually manage to get a head pop there. We did actually eventually manage to get one done. Wasn't anything crazy, but, you know, we managed to get a head down. It is opening its eyes up again. Let's see if we can get some more shots off at it, which we are going to be able to do. Let's try not to go down. Like, I know I'm playing this really slow and, like, really ratty, letting it have to open its eyes all the time, but if we don't do that, I don't see how else we're going to be able to take out this Mega Abomination, if I'm totally honest. I just don't see another way that this Mega Abomination actually gets taken down unless we play it like this. See if we can get that head popped, which we are going to do, and then we do get an insta-kill. So now we should be able to drop this pretty quickly with that head opening up. We should be able to probably get this done pretty soon here with insta-kill, which it has helped us out, done a massive favor. But we did manage to get it down to around about half HP, so it wasn't the slowest thing in the world, but by no means is this something you're going to be picking up and going, yeah, that's what I want to use this game. I want to take this into the Dark Aether zone. And then you're not going to want to really take this into the new Unstable Rift or anything like that. So I don't really see why you'd want to be using this. So unfortunately, it has just looked like they've added in another pretty poor aftermarket part that isn't going to make a massive difference to the game. And it definitely looks like this one could be tailored a lot more towards multiplayer and Warzone than it is zombies, because this just doesn't do any damage. Like I said, the only good thing about it is, of course, you do have the range on it as a sniper rifle. But even then, there's a lot of recoil between the shots. It can even be quite hard to hit those shots on the double tap. And look at how much damage we've actually done to that zombie. It's not really been anything too crazy, if I'm totally honest. See how quickly we can take this one out with an armored zombie. That's still 4 shots from range. So yeah, I mean, guys, this definitely, unfortunately, is not going to be an overpowered aftermarket part in zombies that you guys need to go ahead and try out. So I probably am just going to finish up today's video here, to be honest, because there's not really much more we can test this gun against. We've tried it against Mega Abominations. There's just no way I want to take this into a Dark Aether Zone or even the Unstable Rift or anything like that. It's just definitely not going to be good enough. So unfortunately, guys, I am going to be leaving today's video here. I know it's been a bit of a shorter one than usual, but I thought I'd try out the new aftermarket part, let you guys know if it was actually decent or if it's not even worth trying out for yourself or not even worth unlocking. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you guys have, please be sure to smash a thumbs up, as it does help me out way more than you can ever imagine. Let me know what your favourite aftermarket part is in the comments below, because I am very interested to see if any of you guys actually enjoy using aftermarket parts or anything along those lines. So let me know in the comments below your favourite aftermarket part. Like I said, if you have enjoyed it, be sure to smash a thumbs up, as it helps me out way more than you can imagine. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications to not miss any more videos on the channel. But I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.